Hello, everybody. This is Adda Shur with another short video about the healing frequencies and the healing power of your own voice. So as singers, we are given the task of creating and recreating our instrument, which is all our body, the bony parts of our face, the sinuses here. This part of the face here are where the middle voice is. Here's where the higher notes are, and up here the higher notes. The lower notes are felt down here. This is our resonating keyboard. And this whole area has to be cleared for formation of air from the back of the throat, which has to remain relaxed, and the soft palate will be naturally lifted when the tongue comes forward from the back, because the tongue goes all the way down to here and clears the back of the throat, and the nostrils have to flare and create this little zygomatic arch for you, which creates, and if you can feel your tongue coming forward, your ribs opening, your nostrils spreading into a silent feeling of a hint of a yawn, and feel your tongue pressing against the front of your mouth to wake up this area, rather than and then trying to lift and trying to relax your larynx. All of that is muscularization. That is not going to help you. It's about forwardness and flaring of the nostril, which causes a click, 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 click continuum of energies to open the back, the breathing system, the ribs, the abdomen. Yeah. Use the yes sound. Yeah. That yeah clears the back of the throat. Yes. And the round, that's the dome in the hard palate. Put your feel in there where after the teeth, which are here, okay, there's this round pocket. And that's where you want to feel the air spinning. This is the back of your throat. This is the round pocket of the dome, and here are your teeth. And here's the tongue. All of that has to clear. You see the ridge there in my mouth? Ah, that on the ah has to happen. The E can be forward with your lips. E, like you're holding something. E, these are all concepts, all exercises that we do with our mouth to wake the entire body up to create and recreate for each note and each vowel the resonations that it needs. Every vowel is a mixture of a vowel. It's not just a pure vowel. E, ah, oh, that's flat. E, think of a little oo. E. And you can experiment with different mouth positions. Every singer has to have a slightly different working of the mouth and the positions in there, but the principles remain the same. I like to look at the great opera singers and watch the various mouth positions that they're working with or not working with, okay? It's not a hard and fast thing, and you shouldn't be rigid with anything in your mouth and in the face. Remember, this part is connected all the way here to the lungs. Ah. So every time that we are bringing our mind, our willpower, and our training, and are working every day, 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day, on recreating and reinitiating these muscular connections, this subtlety of breath, we are keeping ourselves fit to be able to speak effectively, to sing effectively. Now, if I was still in a full-fledged career right now, I would be having to work out every day much more assiduously than I am now. As it is, I still need to work out in order to teach and demonstrate to my students what it is that I want. Plus, I love to sing. And my voice is still good. And actually, now that I've had some rest due to my unfortunate having been ill a little bit, it did give me a lot of rest, and I still need more. But it's allowed me to refocus and recalibrate my own physicality to be able to initiate and engage the voice again. So the voice is never static, just as you are not static. So each vowel has a healing frequency. And you can look this up. We can have a deeper discussion. Each vowel, ah, oh, ooh, e is a very vibrant vowel. It gets you very resonant. It gets you very energized. Ah is one of the hardest vowels to create depth and resonation because it tends to be rather of a flat vowel. Ah, oh, we have to add some E to it, some resonance to it. Oh, and ooh is a very healing, very, very healing, very grounding. Ooh, oh, of course, Om, the sacred chanting of Om, oh, is a very healing and grounding sound as well, but you can also sing it very high. And A has its own properties. So all of these vowels, the 5 basic vowels that singers must learn how to move and create flows of air and form through which the vowels can flow through. This is the fascination of learning how to sing, is the study of vowels, the frequency of the vowel. Today we're in the age of quantum mechanics and of quantum frequencies, right? The singer is a quantum healer, a good singer. And not only do that, but the singer brings their soul, their gift, their passion. I'm talking about those singers who have careers. I'm not talking about an average singer in choir or, that is not meant to have the mission of a public career. They can bring whatever that they can achieve in their choir. They're adding their soul power and their talent to that choir. And that choir as a community is bringing the gift of music to the community. It's fantastic. When you sing beautifully to your child because you have studied, your child is benefiting from the beauty of your voice. And whatever level of attainment you can achieve in the study and refinement of your voice is a great thing. It's hard earned. Not everyone, very few are born with a perfect technique and a perfect instrument blessed by God that they don't even know how they sing. There are very few like that. Most of us have to work hard. With the gifts that we've been given, we still have to work hard. So stay humble. Stay in the service of this magnificent path. And that's what I'm trying to inspire you with. So I was excited. I came across a book called The Healing Power of Music. And it's a book that my mother had read. And my mother passed on in 2016, and she was my first voice teacher. And she used to tell me a lot about her experience as a voice teacher, even though she had quite an extraordinary career as a pianist, as a choir director, and as an opera singer, as a dramatic mezzo-soprano in Europe. And an extraordinary woman. One day I will finish writing my biography about her. And she gave me a wonderful legacy of how to be in tune with the students and how to understand the sensitivity one needs to work with each student. She loved teaching, and that was her original mission, was to be a teacher. But then she was so gifted she was a natural director. She just knew how to conduct. She was brilliant. She was a phenomenal pianist. She could sing by sight anything. She was a funny woman, and on stage she did comic roles, and she also did tragic roles with equal success. She was a very modest woman, very introverted. She was my first teacher, and she would tell me to do certain things, like certain breathing, like panting. She says, pant like a dog, Adda. And I said, oh, Mom, that's so gross. 16, had a natural voice, naturally placed voice, very, very kind of beautiful voice by God. I grew up with my mom, so, I was singing since I was 3 years old. And I said, why is she teaching? Oh, that's disgusting, I would do it to please her, but then, we would do some scales, and then she said, all right, let's look at some songs, and she'd play for me, and I would sing, and I learned really fast. And it was such a pleasure to sing all these wonderful songs, because at that time I was also playing the violin and practicing like 4 hours a day, and it was so hard, and it was so many notes and so many muscles you have to practice. And then as a singer, I didn't have to practice for hours and hours to get results. And it was so delightful. I was like, oh, Mom, this is so easy to compare to violin music. I like being a singer. This is cool. So, eventually I did quit violin because it wasn't my calling. So again, form a shape. Form a shape. Let's say have a slight feeling of an ooh in your mouth. You can have another shape. You can have a shape of an A. It's a brighter sound. You hear it's brighter? And if I show my teeth, I get a brighter, more lyric soprano sound, right? Show my teeth, because teeth are resonators too. These are all the colors we can do. It's so much fun. So, vowels, the study of vowels is what a singer does. The study of the breath flow, the shapes that we create with our body, with our intention, with our knowledge and our clarity. We have to know clearly where are all these sounds coming from so we can reproduce it. So I encourage you to look at my book, Sopranos Are Not Pianos. I explain some simple concepts there, and you can get it on Amazon, and if you like it, write a review. I mainly sell it directly, so it's not like I'm making a fortune on it, but it's there for you. And there are other resources and other books that you can read from the great masters in the past that wrote how they sang, how their technique was, like Lily Lehmann, Caruso, etc. Of course, The Art of Interpretation by Lotte Lehmann is a wonderful book to read as well. So again, if you have questions or comments, please put them below. I hope this was of service to you, and devote some time to looking in the mirror and saying, what are you doing? And hold long notes. Oh, and then go to E and make the E sound like the O that you just did. If you start with an E, make the O sound like the E that you just did. And in between, add an O as a W-O-V or O-Y with a Y in between to connect the vowels so they flow one into the other, like turning a dial. O-Y or O-Y. Some ideas. I don't like to give too many examples on YouTube because they're misunderstood. The student has to be trained to learn how to hear. And every student is not able to hear themselves properly. It's a mystery, it's an art. So if I give you examples here, you don't have me to give you feedback when you do it, right? And I would correct you because my ear has been totally trained. I have an extremely fine-tuned ear. It allows me to tune in and to hear and to correct the mistakes and the errors that the student is making. And eventually the student becomes able to correct them themselves. It's a wonderful, wonderful profession to be a teacher and to be a singer. And I'm blessed and honored to be able to serve you in this way. I really hope to hear from you all soon and that you have a wonderful week. And talk to you soon. Adda Shur.